If you have a website and you're not using Google Search Console, you're missing out. Hi everyone, my name is Jason Pittock, and today I'm going to be sharing with you how you can use 3 simple functions in Google Search Console to de-anonymize search traffic and improve your content so you can get more organic visibility and traffic to your website. First, let's take a look at Google Search Console. Google Search Console, out of all of the technologies out there, it is free. And this is great because for smaller businesses or smaller website owners, it's a tool that you can access without having to pay or sign up to any subscription. Now, the downside for Google Search Console that it is limited to just doing one thing, and that one thing is de-anonymizing your search traffic so you know more about who is finding and reading and engaging with your content. So for Google Search Console, the first thing you're going to notice when you open up your Google Search Console, which you can simply find by just typing in Google Search Console, it's going to ask you to log in with a Gmail user. This is going to be the user that's going to be associated to the account. Once you've verified your domain, which is very, very simple, you can move into the dashboard and we can start to look at some of the awesome insights you can get from this free application that's provided by Google that's going to allow you to de-anonymize some of this search traffic and really understand who's coming to your website, why they're going to your website, and what content is triggering those search terms. So first of all, I want you to get acquainted with this sidebar here on the left. This sidebar gives you access to search results. It gives you access to Discover, which is a very important function within Google Search Console. It gives you access to indexing, pages, videos, sitemaps. It gives you access to Core Web Vitals. It gives you access to even your HTTPS. And it also even gives you access to the different enhancements such as recipes or review snippets or any other snippets that you are optimizing for on your website. Now, what can you really do with Google Search Console and why is this so important? The most powerful feature of Google Search Console is looking at search terms and content. So to access that, you need to go to search results. When you're in search results, you could take this a step further and you can look at all of the queries and you can start to toggle between these tabs at the top that say queries and pages. Queries are the search terms which are being triggered by users making searches that find your content, that trigger your content. And the pages are the content which is triggering you might say the relevance of those search terms. So think about this a little bit like the user is searching for something and the vehicle, which is Google, is showing them relevant responses to that search term. The content that you'll find in pages is the content that Google search engines consider relevant for search terms. Being able to see what pages are doing very well is really critical because it lets you then understand what areas you need to optimize to continue to improve your organic visibility. So let's take this first article as an example. And this is an article from my website, which is Why My Steak is Chewy. Now, this is one of our websites, which is an Argentine grilling website. And in this article, as you can see, I've had 1.1 million impressions and more than 20,000 clicks. Now, what you can see here is now you've filtered this page, you can come across here to see what queries in the first tab are triggered by this content. So this gives you a great idea as to, okay, these are the search terms which people are searching that find this content. You can then go a step further and toggle some of these variables at the top. And these variables are very good for when you want to look at whether or not you've lost a key position in Google. And this is a great way for you to see what you've got to optimize based on the rankings or the volatility of the rankings in the search engines. So let's go across to average position. When we toggle average position, we get this orange line that comes up as a variable. We can see that fluctuates through this graph and gives us insights as to what keyword is in what position. So you're going to be saying, okay, how do I know if a keyword or a search term has dropped in a position in the search results for a specific article? So you've filtered your view or your page by clicking the article you wanted to review. You've added in the average search position. And then what I recommend you to do is to go across here to the date range and compare, for example, the last 28 days with the previous 28 days. You click apply. And immediately this gives you a beautiful stretched spreadsheet. You can see the keyword relevant to the article, and you can see the last position from the last 28 days versus the previous 28 days. So as you can see here, most of these keywords have stayed in the same position, 2.2, 2.72, 2.3, 2.8, 2.3, pretty consistent. So how do we find these position differences? Well, very easily, you go across to position difference and you filter. And what you can see here is it will filter by the ones that have had the biggest drop in the last 28 days, because that was the time frame that we filtered it by. So here you can see that tenderizing chuck steak has gone from position 2.5 to the last 28 days to 18.6. So I now know that this is something that I might need to optimize on this article. You might want to go ahead and create a paragraph or create a section in the content that targets this search term that you can then be relevant for and win back these positions. So a really good way to optimize content is by de-anonymizing the search terms and then optimizing the content for them. The other thing you can do is filter by the highest position to the low. Now what you have here is all of the positions in the last 28 days versus the positions in the previous 28 days. And as you can see, how do you make tender steak is now in position 2 versus position 71, and 1.6 versus 62, and 1 versus 41. So you can see I've won back key positions. Now you're going to say, well, can I table this? Can I make this really easy to navigate or put it into Data Studio or Google Sheets? Of course you can. So you can export this very simply to Google Sheets by clicking this button here. And then you can build a nice report based on the key positions that you've either won or lost. So this is the really easy way that you can get started with Google Search Console and quickly start to optimize content by de-anonymizing your search terms from your website, from your content, and then optimizing for them. I hope you found this video interesting. If you are interested in more content, please subscribe to my channel. Head over to my website, jasonpittard.com. You can check out my blog. And of course, if you have any ideas or any content you'd like me to create, please use the comment section and drop some ideas in. I'll try to create some content for you. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next video.